Hello, hello, hello. This is Frida. Welcome to my channel. For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to knit Raglan V-neck collar. Okay. Um, the yarn that I'm using this yarn is pretty thick. It's a 4-weight. And this is the yarn. It is the Lion brand Scarfy yarn, which is made in Turkey, and Nako is the factory who makes that yarn, and then I believe Nako buys them. So I have this color. I don't think they carry this in Lion brand, but it's the same yarn because I have same colors that I bought from Nako. The yarn shops carry these yarns in Turkey. It's 75% acrylic and 25% wool, same as the Lion brand Scarfy. Okay, so I'm making a sweater, and I wanted to make something different this time, so I tried the V-neck, and it turned out perfect. When I put it on, it just looks lovely. So it's a top-down knit in a round. I do have a tutorial on how to knit round, and I will pin the tutorial, but the only different is the collar. But for this project that I'm going to start, I am going to make the Raglan, the 4 increases, not in a round. Okay, the yarn I recently bought from Canada. It's this yarn, and it has everything in it. It has wool in it, it has silk in it, and it has polyester in it. So 25% is the silk, 60% is the wool. Okay, it is pretty thin, so I'm going to make this 2-ply, and I am planning to add Angora rabbit yarn. Okay, because I want to give a little bit of thickness, and this is the thinnest yarn that I have in my stash. I bought it from Ukraine. And I wanted to buy pure, but they send me ivory. Okay, so I'm going to add this, and I'm going to make this 2-ply. And what you need to do is you need to cast on 100 and for this one I cast on 128, and I got rid of the 2 stitches. So if you cast on 126, then when we do it in a round, we can get rid of the 1 stitch. So the technique that you're going to do the bind cast on method, I will pin that as well, because I'm not going to go over it. Every time I go over it, the video gets longer and longer, and we don't want that, right? And I am going to use a 3.5 millimeter, no, actually 2.5 millimeter knitting needle. If I can find it, it was here somewhere. And so I will cast on, and I will come back. But again, I'm not going to show you the cast on method because it takes forever to show. And I already have a tutorial for that. So I will pin it, and I will meet you. And I'll be right back. Before I let you go, I wanted to show you. Here is the part that we're going to do tricks. Okay, right here. I can move this. Yeah, it's right here. And this gives that V-neck look when you put it on. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is how I'm going to start casting on 2 rows of 2 strands of this yarn and 1 strand of the Angora rabbit yarn to give this thickness. And this is the knitting needle, 2.5 knitting needle. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I don't like the look of the Angora showing in the yarn when I'm trying to cast on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the Angora. Unfortunately, I don't have the same color to add to this. Yeah, so I'm going to take off the Angora and then add another strand, because all I'm seeing is the Angora. I don't like it. Just wanted to show you. So I'm going to remove this, and I'll be right back. So I'll start casting on with 2 strand. I can that it's going to be too thin, and I don't want it thin, Let me just figure out and I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to come and tell you what I'm doing. So I'm going to knit 2 rows and then we're going to join. Okay, so what we do is we don't knit the purl, we knit the knit stitches. Okay, so we skip. This is the method to give that nice look on the collar. So I will come back to show you the second row. So far, this is how it looks like. And I'm using a smaller knitting needle. So this is a 2.5. I believe this is smaller than the 2.5. Don't know, it's an Addy. So when I look at it, it's like a number 2.5. No, it's a 2 actually. It's a 2. The reason I'm knitting with smaller needles so it can give me that nice edge on the collar. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you I'm almost finished. So I don't knit the purls and I knit the knit stitches. So slide, knit, slide, and then the last stitch is a little bit of twist. Okay, so almost finished. So I'm going to knit this last stitch a little bit tough. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's tight. That last stitch is a twist. Okay, so when I'm starting the, okay, doesn't want to knit. When I'm going to start the second row, oops, I hope I didn't break it. Okay, so it's like a thread, but yeah. The price is way cheaper than a 25-gram, $8 US, right? So that's the reason I went with the cone. It's the same. Well, this one has silk in it. The other one didn't. I bought the yarn and I compared it and I went with this one. Okay. I already have all the yarn information on my yarn unboxing. So the first stitch, I'm not going to knit it. Yeah, let's slide it. So the knit stitch I'm going to knit, you can see the knit stitches automatically. And here is a purl stitch. So the purl, again, I'm not going to knit. So I'm going to slide. I'm going to have the yarn on the front. And that gives that beautiful look on the rim, on the collar. Okay, the next one is a knit stitch. Okay, so I'm going to knit all the way to the end. I will meet you at the end because this is tight and it's taking me forever to knit all these stitches. Okay, oops, not to knit, not to knit. See, I was talking and not to knit. Slide and knit the knit stitches. Don't knit the purls. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm almost finished. I did my knit, my purl, and I'm just gonna knit these last 2 stitches. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to join. Okay, knit this last one and then pull it. Okay, so we're going to join. Okay, just be cautious not to twist your stitches, so just be careful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start joining. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of 1 stitch, so we will have 126 stitches. Okay, come on, focus. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this camera. Okay, I'll be right back. I just need to be careful. I don't want to twist it, then it's a big headache, right? Okay. Okay, I think it was pretty close. That's why I didn't focus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of 1 stitch. To do that, I'm not going to knit that last stitch, unfortunately, and I'm going to start knitting. See, this is a knit stitch. So this one's supposed to be a purl stitch. So I'm going to have this yarn on the front. And then I'm going to knit these together, just like this. and then pull this as tight as you can, and then we're just going to knit as what we see. So knit, purl. We're going to do this for total of 4 rows. Okay, after the 4th row, no, after the 3 rows, so 3 rows later when we come to the 4th, so find the middle, which is 63, and I already put a marker here. So on the knit stitch, I need to find the knit stitch. I'm going to put a marker, and I'm going to put a marker here. So I know that this is the beginning of the row because of the long tail. So I will put a different marker indicating that this is starting a new row. Okay, so after I will meet you on the 4th row when I come to the half, we're going to start doing our increases to give that nice V look at the pointy edge. So 53, the 53 stitch, I put my marker, so I believe this is the knit stitch. So we're going to start on the knit stitch. Don't start on the purl because it's better to start it on the knit stitch. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have I'm knitting the 4th row, and I am almost at the middle of the collar. Okay, so here we are. So this is where we're going to do our increase. Okay, so I am going to pull this right here, this loop, just like this. And then I am going to knit it, put it back, and then I am going to knit this stitch. So I made 1 increase. Okay, so I'm going to make knit this stitch. So this stitch is always going to be in the middle, and we're going to do increases from the left side and from the left side and from the right side. Okay, and here is going to be my next increase. Either you can do the increase like this, or what you can do is you can do the same method. You can grab the loop from here, and then you can twist it like this, put it like this, just like this, and you can knit it. You can do it both way, but I'm going to use this technique. And I am going to knit. This is all I'm going to do. The rest is just knit. So this is the 4th row. So on the 5th row when I come, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do knit, purl, knit, knit, knit. So there's going to be 3 knits here, and then purl, knit, continue on. So I will meet you on the 6th row when we're going to do our next increase. And then after that, you will notice, after finishing the 7th row, you will notice that this part is going to become like a V. Okay, so I will meet you on the 6th row. Okay, so I am back to do my increase. Just wanted to show you how it looks like. So I did my knit, purl. Okay, so I did my knit. Now I'm going to do an increase right beside these two, so left and right. So I'm going to repeat what I did. What I did is I pulled it from here, that loop, and I put it here, and it gives that nice twist. Can you see, like an S? So I'm just going to knit this. Oops, why is it getting blurry? Maybe I'm too close. I don't know. Let's... I hate cameras when it gets blurry. Okay, so I have a knit. Now I have a purl. Okay, I'm going to do a knit, and here I'm going to do another increase. So again, I am going to pull it from here and then knit this. Just like this. Oops, it's a little bit tight there. Just like this, see? So we did another increase. So on the 7th row, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do the random, the the regular purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. And when I come to the 8th row, that's what I'm going to do my another increase. Okay, so I will meet you on the 8th row. And I know it's a little bit tough to see, but when you put it down, it will turn into that little V there. Okay, let me just finish this row, and when I start the 8, I will show you. Okay, I'll be right back on the 8th row. Okay, I'm at the 8th row, and as you can see, the V is becoming, but it's still not thick enough, so it's curling up. I need to knit a couple of more rows. So on the 8th row, what we're going to do is we're going to do another increase. So every even number, we do our increase. So we're gonna knit, do an increase, same as I showed on the previous. Grab a loop from here and twist it and put it here, and then knit that stitch from the back so you have that effect. So this would be knit, purl, and this stitch would be knit, and then we knit, and then we make another knit stitch. Okay, so we're going to continue making increases like this for 14 up to 14. We do our last increase on 14, and we knit just regular knit on the 15th row. So I will meet you when we finish the 15th row. On the 16th row, we're going to make a new technique, a different technique to continue knitting. And we're almost done making the V, the collar of the raglan. So I will come back and I will meet you on row 16. So continue making your increases every even number. So this is the 8th, so make another increase on the 10th, make another increase on the 12th, 14, so 3 more increase, 3 rows, and then after finishing the 15th row, I will meet you on the 16th. Okay, be right back. Okay, so I just finished row 15 and I'm going to start row 16, and this is how it looks like so far. Okay, so for row 16 we're going to do increases, and then we're going to knit up to finish row 22 and we're done. Okay, so to do that we're going to do yarn over, because this is the stitch that we started, and then so yarn over, purl. Yeah, I said purl, but it's supposed to be a knit. Okay, so yarn over, knit one, yarn over, knit one. So we're going to do this all the way around, yarn over, knit one on each stitch, and I will meet you on row 17. Okay, so I'm almost finishing row 16, and I am doing yarn over and one knit. Okay, so I finished. What we're going to do is we're going to knit these yarn over, but not like this, because when we knit it like this, there's going to be a hole. So not to do that, we're going to knit it from here like this to give that effect. And then the next stitch we're not going to knit. Not to knit, it's going to be like doing a knit stitch but skipping it. Okay, and this one again, don't knit it like this, but try to twist it so this way, see, there's no holes. Okay, again, skip this one as if to knit. Oops. So I'm going to knit like this all the way to the end. Yeah, I should have done this way. the other way, but I didn't. Okay, that's okay, but I will fix it every time I knit, and knit as if to knit, but skip it. Or you can knit this as like this. It's the same way. See? So we're twisting it. Okay, so I will finish row 17 and I'll meet you when we start row 18. Okay, finishing row 17 is going to be a little bit difficult because we doubled the stitches, right? From 126 to 252, so there's lots of stitches. To start row 18, what we're going to do is we're going to slip the purl stitch, do the opposite, knit the knit stitch. Okay, slip, knit. So we're going to do this. I'm going to let you knit. This is row 18, so do the same thing on row 19, 20, and when we come to row 21, what we're going to do is we're gonna purl 2 together. That's all we're going to do. And then we're going to get rid of that half of the stitch and then have 126 stitches back. Okay, so what was I doing? Yeah, skip the purl. So I will meet you on row 21. Yeah, this is taking it's not an easy technique, but the end result is fantastic, right? So that's what we're aiming for. And yeah, so I'm going to finish and I will come back and I will see you on row 21. And this is how it looks like from the back. It gives you that extra, see, fabric here. Well, because of the extra stitches, it gives you this look on the back. Okay, I just finished row 20, and row 21 I'm going to get rid of half of the stitches. To do that, see, so we're going to start with purl, but I don't want it this way. What I'll do is just looking, yeah, we started with purl, but yeah, I'm going to change that. I want to start with knit. So what I can do is, here's a trick. I can start with knit and then purl and knit those two together this way. See, you will see the 2 stitches. So grab those 2 stitches and this way it will go nice and smooth. And then you just knit 2 together all the way to the end of the row. And when you finish, what we're going to do is we're going to change our needles. These are 2.5 needles, so I am going to jump to a 4 and then see how it's going to knit up. If I see that it's too small, then I can go to number 5. But now I'm going to stick with 4, I believe. So yeah, this is all to it. This is how you knit the stitch, and it will give you this purl effect, see? And yeah, this technique is new and I wanted to share it with you as I have knit on this. See how it looks? It gives you this nice texture. And I did the same method. I changed it to a bigger knitting needles. I knit this part with 4 and I jumped to a 5.5. And yeah, but for the Raglan, for the increases, I am going to do a separate video, so stay tuned for that. How to do the increases, it's a different increase, it's new, so I'm going to share it with you, so we'll do it together. and you'll learn something. Yeah, it's I've been wanted to do this tutorial. I keep on postponing. I have so many things I want to do, but yeah, time comes and I do it. So stay tuned for that. After this video, I will start on that. It's like really late now. Yeah, and this is how it looks like. See? I will finish this row and I will come back to show you. So 2 together, that's all I'm doing. I'm knitting 2 together. And this way we're getting rid of the half of the stitch. And this is the back, how it looks like. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I have finished knit 2 together, and I have moved on to a bigger knitting needle, which is the number 4. I'm already here, and this is how it looks like. Here's a close-up look. Let me see if I can get this closer. Yeah, so when you fold it, it's going to be like this. See, very, very different. It's a new technique, and I just had to share it with you. So I hope you like this tutorial. It's a little bit long, and a lot of new techniques in the video. Yarn over, skip, purl, knit, knit stitch, and do the opposite on the next row, and it went on and on for a total of 22 rows. So I will finish this row, and I will come back to show you how to, that's going to be a different video, so I will show you how to divide the body parts, and then how to do the increase on the 4 raglan area. Yep. So I will see you on the next video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to hit that notification button. So every time I post a new video, you will be notified, indicating there's something new for you to watch. And before I let you go, I'll show you the yarn again. It's number 1. It's really thin. So I did triple it. So I did three strands to knit, and I think it's turning out pretty good. So far, I'm happy with it. We'll see how it's going to look like when it's finished. Can't wait. You guys take care, and I'll see you on my next video. Happy knitting. Bye-bye.